Well, we have the talk once again of this country potentially getting ripped apart because of civil war, and it would be the kind by design. Now, we have Snyder here talking about this as well, and going on and looking at what he's saying here, it matches everything we talked about here recently. And you got to really look at this. If Trump is impeached by the House, this is going to set off a chain of events that nobody here seems to be aware of. Most Americans do not realize this yet. But in just a few weeks, we're going to witness one of the most critical moments in American history. Because the Democrats right now in the House of Representatives are drafting articles of impeachment, and it's going to be rolled out, and there's going to be a vote that's expected by the end of this year. You're talking just a matter of months. So within the next 2 months, big things are going to shift. If Trump is impeached by the House, that chain of events is then going to go to where it's going to be in the U.S. Senate. And if they ultimately decide to remove Trump from office, again, they're saying all hell is going to break loose, citing that there are tens of millions of very loyal Trump supporters in this country. Many of them are extremely passionate, they state, and they're saying that simply impeaching him would bring up this breaking point for many of them. If he is actually removed from his office by a Republican-controlled Senate, they're saying that it is inevitable that we would see a very frightening explosion of righteous anger, is what they call it here. To me, a lot of these goons know how the script goes and where this is heading. In addition, the impeachment of a U.S. president would unleash havoc on Wall Street. And you have Trump himself stating that if this was to happen, if he was to get impeached and it was to go through, that it would crash the markets. Now, the Democrats could have waited, been patient, and just done this in November of 2020 and cast their votes and made sure he didn't get in office this next time. But no, they're seeing that this is the path that they want to take here by design out here on the world stage. And I truly do feel that this is being pushed for pure division. If there's anything that I can tell any of you out there listening, it is do not fall into this trap. Do not fall into the trap of fighting your own people. There is a hand controlling this, and if you find yourself just shouting it out with people in the streets of your own neighborhoods and stuff, that's ridiculous. I'm hoping that most out there can see above that. Hoping more people are woke and realize what's happening here. The strings being pulled by the hand. You know, the same hand that assassinated JFK and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all the rest of them. That same hand, what you want to call deep state, establishment, whatever. It's there. It's pulling the strings. It's controlling both sides. It's the same old song and dance. Once you get old enough, you put in enough days on this planet, you realize how much of a slave game we are in. Sadly, since experience is not part of the resume when you're young, because it's just the way that it is, it's just one of those things that you either get fortunate and you learn it young, or you just have to wait till time's put in and you wake up enough days on this rock and you see the repeated news over and over and over until it's just one day you're like, this is crap. And it is. It's a show. It's why they call them theaters of war. It's all to divide the people globally, not just here in America, but globally, because they bow down to the fallen ones that landed on Mount Herman. Don't you ever forget it. It's been Dabu 7.